Alrighty. So, um, my name is Katie Eck, and I'm doing my presentation on Christian Boltanski. And let's see. So, Christian Boltanski was a French multimedia artist. His background is very diverse, and so I thought I'd go into that a little bit because his father was a Jewish man who moved from Russia to France, and his mother was a Jewish woman from uh, Corsica, which is an island in France in the Mediterranean. Um, and so um, his father had some pretty traumatic experiences during the Holocaust, where he has like very vivid memories, horrific memories of hiding from the Nazis under floorboards for a year and a half. And so Boltanski, he was both haunted and inspired by these secondhand memories and became entranced in exploring life and death in his artwork. Um, the artwork that you see behind him in this picture is called Storage Memory. This is just one piece of it, but what you're seeing is a 10-ton pile of clothes representing people who have passed away, not necessarily from the Holocaust, but just in general. Um, let's see, so he has a deep interest in the fleeting quality of life. He often used photos from newspapers and yearbooks to create work. And so, in a way, he was saying without words that these people were worthy of remembrance and memorialized them through his artwork. Um, he often had an interesting goal in mind while making artwork, and that was to delay his audience's mental connection that his work was meant to be art. So, like, the longer he could delay it, the better, because he truly wanted to get the point across that there is beauty in regular everyday life and people. This piece here on the screen is called Hôtel de Lycée Chassis. I'm not sure how to say it. It's French, but it's basically is like high school students in the yearbook, I think. And this piece is kind of mimicking medieval altarpieces, but the lamps are obscuring many of the faces, and so they're kind of like hiding some identities and creating like a disconnect there, which kind of reflects the disconnect of the living from people who have passed away. Okay. So, although Boltanski's work can feel emotionally heavy, it also often carries playful elements. This piece is called Théâtre d'Ombre, and it's one that children often love. Um, this piece is one that actually first caught my eye when I was doing initial artist research. The figures are really small. He said that he could like carry them in his pocket, um, and he just wanted like a very portable art piece. And so he came up with this. So the figures are hung and like hence sway around in the air, which give them a very lively feel despite being skeletal in appearance. Um, and this follows the theme that always runs through his work, that life is fleeting but can be remembered. So if you think about it, even those that are gone can live on our memory. And in my opinion, this piece does a fabulous job of representing the liminal space that exists in our mind between life and death. Okay. Um, so although Boltanski enjoyed memorializing large quantities of people, like we often see in his pieces that have lots of yearbook pictures and newspaper pictures and that giant pile of clothes, he really wanted to make it clear that individual lives are very consequential. They really mattered. So in this piece called Animadas, he organized these bells on poles into a star pattern that was present on the day that he was born. Um, and on the surface, it might seem like this was the kind of a prideful piece, but the core meaning of it is just showing that individual lives matter. And so he expressed that the bells carry this really sweet spirit and that they make the music of souls. And so he really wanted his work to connect the living to individuals who had passed on. Um, and let's see, so Boltanski, he kind of moved away from like physical artwork at some point in his career, and he furthered his work in memorializing individuals by compiling different audio projects, actually. He has recorded voices, personal archives, and heartbeats. And so what you're seeing on screen now is one of his projects called Archives du Coeur. And it has 3 rooms. One of them is called the Heart Room, which has an installation. There's the listening room, where you listen to the heartbeats of all the strangers that have recorded their heartbeats, and the recording room, which is what you're seeing on screen. This woman is recording her heartbeat for others to listen to. Beautiful. All right. Thanks so much for your time. Here are the references that I used, and you have a great rest of your day.